Can you just describe the atmosphere? I've tried to convince Perloff that Deion is now the face of college football, not just now, but now and moving forward.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. I've followed Colorado football for my entire life. Been going to games since I was 9 years old. They've had some good seasons. They've had some exciting times, but nothing, and I truly mean nothing, has come even anywhere close to the level of excitement and hype that are around this team right now.
You look pretty young. What is this exciting Colorado hype times? Unless you were there for Cordell, when has Colorado been exciting? Inform me here. What are you talking about?
2001, they won the Big 12. They had a big ranked matchup, if you remember, with Nebraska, last game of the regular season. Beat them 62-36. Should have gone to the national title game that year, but somehow Nebraska, without playing in the Big 12 championship, still got invited.
But you're over it by now.
Yeah, it seems like you've gotten past it. Ryan Koenigsberg is joining us to talk about the Colorado Buffaloes. Okay, so by now I'm sure you've heard Colorado State coach Jay Norvell basically took a shot, a little bit of a swipe at Deion Sanders. Stu, let's play the short version, please, of what Jay Norvell had to say about Deion.
And I sat down with ESPN today, and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me.
Ryan, you're already shaking your head. How badly could this backfire on the Colorado State coach?
It's crazy. I don't know how you make this mistake at this stage. They had kind of showed a lot of mutual respect through each other throughout the week. I think Coach Prime even said that at one point at Jackson State, he reached out to Coach Norvell to talk about the air raid a little bit. Everything was going smoothly for Colorado State. And then, you had to open your mouth and say something. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but in the last few minutes, the video has already dropped of Coach Prime talking to the team, using it as motivation.
Oh, wait a minute, Ryan. We've got the audio for you right now. Let's hear it.
I'm minding my own business, watching some film. I look up and I read some bull junk that Dan said about us.
Talk to us.
Once again,
talk to us.
Why would you want to talk about us when we don't talk about nobody? All we do is go out here, work our butts off, and do our job on Saturday. Yes, but when they give us ammunition, they done mess around and made it what? It was just going to be a good game.
And made this
it was going to be a great test, a battle of Colorado, but they done messed around and made it personal.
I mean, he just gift wrapped this right to Deion, Ryan.
Yeah, exactly. And Deion has like an army of people that are out there just scouring the internet for anything.
Sounds like Dolan.
Yeah, with all due respect to Colorado State and Coach Norvell, I don't know how many people normally watch that show. But they had a few more eyes last night and maybe some eyes they weren't expecting to get. And now, everyone in the country has heard what Coach Norvell had to say.
Hey, what's the deal with Colorado State? I was actually surprised, not knowing much about the program. I have not watched them. I felt like they used to be good at some point, but then they're 21-point dogs to Colorado. Are they just way down right now, or is this not usually competitive at this level? They got killed by Michigan last year. Any chance that they break? That they have a big game in them somewhere?
Well, I'm not counting, but the record between Colorado and Colorado State all time is 67, 22, and 2. So it's generally been pretty one-sided. And funny enough, you mentioned the 21-point line. Since this video came out, I think so many people were like, oh, they've got the receipts. They're going to go play this. Yeah. It's up to 24 now.
Right.
So, Colorado State, you're right. They had some times there in the early 2000s where they're pretty good under Coach Sonny Lubick. But they've been down for a while. Colorado's also been down for a while, and yet Colorado's won the last 5 matchups even when they were down.
Ryan Koenigsberg's joining us. He's the host of the DNVR Buffs podcast, also the DNVR Broncos podcast. And I got a Broncos question for you in a minute. But, Ryan, it's a great story. Colorado's back on the map. You guys have to be thrilled. I'm sure the podcast is doing gangbusters, so that's awesome. But is there underneath it all like a sneaking suspicion that Deion is going to very soon leave for an even bigger opportunity? Does everyone kind of feel that way, or are you just living in the moment and loving what's going on?
You're definitely just trying to live in the moment. Colorado was down as bad as you can be. And it's a proud fan base. This is a school, one of 25 schools with a national championship and a Heisman Trophy winner. So this is a school with football history, but they were down so bad that a lot of fans had lost hope. So the fact that the program is back in the national spotlight, they've got their swagger back. You try to live in the moment, but at the same time, I think when Coach Prime got here, there was this idea of, okay, well, maybe it's 1-2 years. Since he's been here, and, you know, every coach knows how to say the right things, but he brings up the fact that, like, he's a need to be needed guy. And I think because of that, he loves this feeling that Colorado fans, like, he is quite literally the savior of Colorado football right now. I think he's relishing that. And to me, if he can get the level of recruits to where he feels like he could compete for a national championship here, then I don't think he's going anywhere.
All right, we had a debate in the break. Who do you think is more likely to stick around to the end of the Heisman race? Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback, or Travis Hunter, cornerback, wide receiver? I said Sanders. Maggie said Travis Hunter because he's more unique. What say you, Ryan?
You're making me like choose, you know, my favorite child here. I think if I had to pick one, I would go with Shedeur. And the reason is you can't scheme the ball out of his hands. You saw Nebraska last week. They didn't throw at his side of the field one time. They bracketed him the entire game to try and take away the deep ball. So you can do those things to Travis Hunter, and obviously that gives him an impact anyway. But when it comes to Heisman stats, Heisman numbers, you can't take the ball out of Shedeur's hand. And so he's going to be able to keep making plays.
Ryan, you also host the DNVR Broncos podcast. I've kind of said I think this is really only go one of two ways. Either Russ and Sean Payton really come together and create this great chemistry and have this great partnership, or they butt heads. It's not a great fit. Coach Payton, I thought, kind of made it about himself, starting the game with the onside kick. You know, it ends up being a loss to the Raiders. Which way do you think this is trending?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It's actually funny. I came up to you guys at Super Bowl media night and asked you the question. I said, describe Sean Payton and Russell Wilson in one word. And I wish I could remember
what did we say? Yeah.
I can't remember. You had a good one, though. You had a good answer. I have to go find the clip. And
I remember this now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man. I wonder what we said.
But to me, I think it just comes down to, like, how much does Russ really have left in the tank? I thought Sean Payton did a good job of making it work for him the other day. You know, like, much better completion percentage than he had last year. Obviously, you want to see that ball get down the field a little more. But for the first time since he's been wearing orange and blue, I thought he looked comfortable. And I think that was a huge step in the right direction. The fact that they only got 6 offensive possessions in the game is the real story there. You know, like, they averaged 2.7 points per possession in those 6 possessions. That is elite offense, even though, you know, when you only get the ball 6 times, that's not enough points to win. So I think the trend is in the right direction. It's really hard for Broncos fans right now because so many games last year, they scored 16 points and lost. And so when you think everything's changed and you make a trade for a coach and then you score 16 points and lose, it's like, you know, the whole world's on fire.
Yeah. Ryan, you asked us like one word to describe Russ and Sean Payton together. I'll ask you one word to describe what it's going to feel like in Colorado or in Boulder if the Buffaloes upset Oregon next week.
Wow. One word. Give me fire, as in couches on the hill and Boulder on fire.
Literally things burning, going up in flames.